Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nora Ami binti Ahmad, and today I'm going to present a case study entitled Wood Buffalo National Park, Threats and Possible Solution for a World Heritage Site. So, the purpose of this video is to show how to manage the conflict in protected area. What is actually happened in Wood Buffalo National Park? So, based on the case study, it states that there are two issues that arise in the national park, which is the first issue is the elimination of diseases being seen in the park, and the second issue is clear-cut logging has been permitted in the portion of the park. So who was involved in the conflicts? So the one that involved in the conflicts is 17 members board, which consists of native representative from each communities, representative from 3 different federal agencies, Canadian Native Federation, government of 2 provinces, and 3 non-government representative from cattle sector. So that's for the people who involved in the conflicts. So what about the people, the one that managing the conflicts? So there are 6 organizations and authorities that involved in managing the conflicts and issues that arise in Wood Buffalo National Park, which is 17 members board. And then we have Northern Buffalo Management Board, then Canadian Park and Wilderness Society, and we also have federal governments, and then Northern Diseases Vincent Environmental Assessment Panel, and then lastly is Zero Legal Defense Fund. So now we already know who the one that are responsible in managing the conflicts. What kind of measure they take in order to resolve the conflicts. So according to case study, the solution is conducted by 4 authorities, which is Canadian Natural Federation, and then we have federal government, followed by board, and lastly is government. So firstly is solution by Canadian Nature Federation. So the solution is develop a common vision and set of values which is shared by all who operate within the greater park ecosystem that emphasizes the maintenance of natural and cultural resources and the ecological processes that sustain them. They also develop interaction by enhancing the understandings of interaction and dependency amongst the various components of the ecosystem and the impact of human on those components, using both scientific and the traditional knowledge of native people. And the last solution by Canadian Nature Federation is consolidation and expansion of scientific and cultural research for the purpose of developing a common information base accessible to governments, industry, environmentalists, and by native people. Okay, next is the solution by federal government. So federal government gives solution that by provide the Canadian Park Service with the mandate and resources to participate in all planning forum, environmental assessment panel, and other land programs to identify lands outside the parks that are critical to its survival and top reservoir biodiversity. So federal government also provides solution that it should have better communication with the World Heritage Sites values of the parks to the various government and communities in and around the greater Wood Buffalo ecosystem, and it should have better understanding and adhere to its commitment under the World Heritage Convention. So next is solution from board. So the board was useful in a number of ways. First, it brought together a year and a half different players and perspective operating within the ecosystem, broadening each person's perspective. Second, it produced a report that emphasizes a need to use scientific and traditional knowledge to understand the whole ecosystem and to take action on all threats to the ecosystem. So the last is solution from government. So the solution from government in order to managing the conflicts is maintain a buffer zone between the park and the disease-free herds in the Mackenzie Basin Sanctuary to the north, And the government also will fund a 5-year program of research on bison ecology to learn more about the effect of predator, disease, and habitat change on population dynamics and sustainability of park bison. And the third is the finding of this research along with existing information will be used to develop a long-term bison management programs to control and eliminate the disease. So basically, I can say that every solution from each authorities in managing the conflict can be related to Chapter 7 and Chapter 8. Solution from government, federal government, and Canadian Nature Federation are actually using the principle in Chapter 7, which is involve all the stakeholder and understand the stakeholder power and use it to solve the conflicts. As for the solution from part in managing the conflicts, it's actually related. I can see that it actually related to Chapter 8, as it follows the component number 2 and component number 4. So component number 2 is about obtaining the information. So component 4 is about implementation and evaluation, like producing a report.